Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. I visited the Metropolitan Museum of Arts, also known as the Met Museum, a while back, and took some photos of the beautiful paintings that spoke to my heart. In this video, I want to share their beauty with you. The Met is the largest art museum in the United States. Its permanent collection has over 2 million art pieces ranging from ancient Egyptian paintings to modern art paintings of Paloma Picasso. It is located along the Museum Mile in Manhattan's Upper East Side. My all-time favorite collection is called the Annenberg Collection, that consists of masterpieces of Impressionist and post-impressionist paintings of Vincent Van Gogh, Claude Monet, Henri Fantin-Latour, and others. This video is mostly focused on these artists. Hope you'll appreciate the beauty of their artworks in this video. Self-Portrait with a Straw Hat, 1887. Van Gogh produced more than 20 self-portraits during his Parisian sojourn in 1886 to 1888. Short of funds, but determined nevertheless to hone his skills as a figure painter, he became his own best-sitter. Quoted, "I purposely bought a good enough mirror to work from myself, for want of a model." This picture, which shows the artist's awareness of neo-impressionist technique and color theory, is one of the several that are painted on the reverse of an earlier peasant study. Wheat Field with Cypresses, 1889. Cypresses gained ground in Van Gogh's work by late June 1889, when he resolved to devote one of his first series in Saint-Rémy to the towering trees. Distinctive for their rich impasto, his exuberant on-the-spot studies include the Met's close-up vertical view of cypresses and this majestic horizontal composition, which he illustrated in reed pen drawings sent to his brother on July 2nd. Van Gogh regarded the present work as one of his best summer landscapes. Cypresses, 1889. Cypresses was painted in late June 1889, shortly after Van Gogh began his year-long stay at the asylum in Saint-Rémy. The subject, which he found beautiful as regards lines and proportions like an Egyptian obelisk, both captivated and challenged the artist. Quote, "It's the dark patch in the sun-drenched landscape, but it's one of the most interesting dark notes, the most difficult to hit off exactly that I can imagine." End quote. La Berceuse, 1889. One of the 5 versions of Van Gogh's portrait of Augustine Roulin, wife of his friend and postmaster of Arles, the present canvas is one of the sitter chose for herself. Van Gogh remarked that she had a good eye and took the best. He began the portraits just before his breakdown in Arles in December 1888 and completed them in early 1889, calling them La Berceuse, meaning lullaby or woman who rocks the cradle. Irises, 1890. In May 1890, just before he checked himself out of the asylum in Saint-Rémy, Van Gogh painted 4 exuberant bouquets of spring flowers, the only still lifes of any ambition he had undertaken during his year-long stay. 2 irises, 2 roses, in contrasting color schemes and formats. In the museum's irises, he sought a harmonious and soft effect by placing the violet flowers against a pink background, which have since faded owing to his use of fugitive red pigments. Roses, 1890. On the eve of his departure from the asylum in Saint-Rémy in May 1890, Van Gogh painted an exceptional group of 4 still lifes, to which both the museum's roses and irises belong. Traces of pink along the tabletop and rose petals in the present painting, which have faded over time, offer a faint reminder of the formerly more vivid canvas of pink roses against a yellow-green background in a green vase. Rouen Cathedral, 1894. Monet painted more than 30 views of Rouen Cathedral in 1892 to 1893, moving from one canvas to another as each day progressed. He painted the facade with highly textured brushstrokes that convey the aspect of sculpted stone and make the atmosphere and light palpable. Bridge over a pond of water lilies, 1899. In 1893, Monet, a passionate horticulturist, purchased land with a pond near his property in Giverny, intending to build something for the pleasure of the eye and also for motifs to paint. The result was his water lily garden. In 1899, he began a series of 18 views of the wooden footbridge over the pond, completing 12 paintings, including the present one that summer. The vertical format of the picture, unusual in this series, gives prominence to the water lilies and their reflections on the pond. Springtime, 1873. This flirtatious duo, in classicizing dress, painted with notable technical finesse, reflects Cotte's allegiance to the academic style of his teachers, including Bouguereau and Cabanel. Exhibited at the Salon of 1873, the picture was Cotte's greatest success, widely admired and copied in engravings, fans, porcelains, and tapestries. The Storm, 1880. When Cotte exhibited this painting at the Salon of 1880, critics speculated about the source of the subject. Some proposed the French novel Paul and Virginie by Bernardin de Saint-Pierre, in which the teenage protagonists run for shelter in a rainstorm, using the heroine's overskirt as an impromptu umbrella. Others suggested the romance Daphnis and Chloe by the ancient Greek writer Longus. Like the artist's earlier Springtime, it was immensely popular and extensively reproduced. Summer Flowers, 1880. The inscription in the upper right corner indicates that Fantin completed this painting in September 1880 at the village of Buret in Normandy. The dahlias, phlox, and roses in the bouquet were picked from the garden of the artist's country house. Mada Primavesi, 1912-1913. Mada Primavesi's expression and posture convey a remarkable degree of confidence for a 9-year-old girl, even one who was, by her own account, willful and a tomboy. Klimt made numerous preliminary sketches for this portrait, experimenting with different poses, outfits, and backgrounds before deciding to show Mada standing tall in a specially made dress amid a profusion of spring-like patterns. Credits to the Met Museum website for the information and descriptions of the paintings in this video. I hope you enjoyed browsing through these paintings. Please leave a suggestion of any artworks you want to see in the future.